Peace, love, strength, and power, royal family. Yo, I believe we are truly tied to what's going on in the Middle East. Bear with me now. I know a lot of us were raised in a house, and I'm talking about us, I'm talking about my royal family. Like, we were raised in a house where we were told by some adult at some point in time, don't think you special. I'm here to tell you, they lied to you. They lied to you. We special than the mud. The reason I say that is because the closer we get to delineation, to separating ourselves and collectively coming together in agreement of who the hell we are as a people, the closer we are to revealing who the identity thieves are, the synagogue of Satan. They're not over there trying to claim that they're Palestinian. No, they just want the land. They are trying to claim they are God's chosen people. And what I want to ask is, in their doctrine, Lucifer was cast out because he disobeyed. He refused to bow to God's creation. He was cast out to this realm, this plane of existence, right? Why would Lucifer empower God's chosen people? Why would he give them a kingdom in his kingdom after he was just cast out for going to war? Because he refused to acknowledge that as being the greatest creation. And then he turns around and gives those people military arsenals and nuclear power. Shit don't make sense, man. Don't make sense. So the closer we are getting, Black Americans, the indigenous, the Moors, the Mers, whatever the hell you want to call it, those tied to this land mass, there has been a giant lie. There were so many people involved in our captivity. The closer we get to acknowledging who we are as a people, the closer we get to removing all the confusion by delineating and making sure people understand, no, we are the only people with this particular history. I don't care. Do not let these pale bastards and these dumb Negroes try to convince you otherwise. We are the only group of people on the earth with our history. That we were removed from our language, removed from our culture, removed from our names, removed from our gods and our beliefs and our heritage. We are the only people on this earth that has suffered. And just because other people have suffered, those people did not suffer to the hands of Americans. All right? I don't care what country you claim has went through some bullshit. Ain't no motherfucking devil like America. None on earth. You can't look at our history and say somebody else experienced that shit. It might be similar, but it's not the same. So the closer we get to revealing who we are and acknowledging that collectively, the closer we get to addressing America and how they owe us for what they did to us, the closer we get to revealing who played a part in that captivity, and even more importantly, who stole our identity. Who is trying to identity swap, or who have successfully identity swapped with us? Who have successfully taken the birthright of this land and of the wealth of the land? I'm not saying black people don't catch hell all over the earth. They do. But these particular group of people stole one group identity. One. Not all Negroes. Not all black people. They stole one group's identity. And that group, the only reason you can maintain that lie and that theft is by making sure that we are confused about who we are. Because the closer we get to acknowledging our truth, the closer we get to acknowledging their lie. And it exposes them and everybody who else played a part in making sure that we forgot who the fuck we were. And that's the whole goddamn earth. It took a lot of people to stand on our motherfucking back and build what they built. And when we stand the fuck up, a lot of people gonna fall. They know that. They would rather, I can compare it to, or the equivalent to, y'all playing a game of chess. We're playing a game of chess. And the black pieces are moving in slowly on capturing the king. We moving in closely. We starting to kind of unify. We coming collectively together and like, okay, let's move as a unit. We moving as a unit. We getting closer and closer to closing in on that king. And instead of them allowing the checkmate, they'll simply mess up the board. They'll take their hands and mess up the pieces. because they're not going to allow that checkmate. They don't want that checkmate. That checkmate. Imagine black people with the ability, black people in America in particular, because ain't nobody like us, like I said. Black people in particular in America, the indigenous, FBA, B1. Imagine us with the ability to travel the earth and not be enslaved to corporate America, not be enslaved to a clock, not be enslaved to taxes. We literally have the ability to focus on family. We'll be doing what they're doing. They're collecting a check and they're making children. And as you can see what they're doing when it comes to the world, and how they are either better in the world or destroying the world, they choose to destroy the world. We wouldn't do that. We've influenced the world positively with less. Imagine us as a global power. We would be the most powerful people on the earth. Even at, suppose, 13%. Our ability to just focus on us taking care of our family, and us traveling. Whether us finding our own ideas and businesses and collaboration with other people who have money. They don't have to worry about work. They don't have to worry. They can spend time with their kids. They can self-educate their children. They can actually work on collaborative measures to build. We would be a global superpower, and it would be a direct contradiction of the ones that claim to be God's chosen people. A direct contradiction, because it wouldn't even take long. I would say overnight, us being repaired, land, money, no taxes, whatever form that takes, us being able to just like that, hop on a plane and go to somewhere else to see some new shit and learn some new shit and influence some new shit. Yo, we would change the world. Less than 3 years. I say less than 3 years. Our influence would be so impactful, the entire globe would be changed with our ability to globetrot and not be stuck at a 9-to-5, captive to this slave plantation called capitalism. We would be able to change the world, and it would be a direct contradiction to who the people who claim to be God's people are, because it would happen so fast. There would be no denying who the fuck we are. They'd rather destroy this earth. They would rather destroy this earth than admit who we are. They would rather destroy this earth than allow God's children to be free. I want you to think on that, because that's why I say we are tied to whatever bullshit is going on. Closer we get to waking up, closer we get to having to address these motherfucking devils for what they did to us and our ancestors and what they continue to do, and their inability to allow us to be free and give us back what they owe us, allow us to have our birthright. Yo, they'd rather destroy this earth. They would rather destroy. The closer we get, the more willing they're willing to destroy this earth. And it's sad, but that's when you're dealing with a demonic group of people. They'd rather destroy the earth than allow the true inhabitants of the earth have it back. But even in their doctrine, it says that their God wouldn't allow that either. So we'll see how close he allows them to get. But I truly believe it don't end with us being sheep, sitting here watching these demons drop nuclear weapons on us, and we just sit here and get incinerated. I think there's a lot more going on with that. I don't think that we're going to go out that way. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I don't think it's going to go out that way. Us being simply sheep watching these bastards share us. I don't think that's what's going to happen, bro. I'm hoping for something else, but we going to see. Y'all stay ready, man. Peace, love, strength, and power, royal family. One.